Hi, Gorge.
That is a robot.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
He's like a madman!
Yes. So cute. Bye, robot. Ah, it's waving at us.
Give me a high five!
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. This is one reason why, of multiple reasons, why the Most High is going to take this place out. This was a video I came across maybe a few weeks ago. And it says, gay robots spotted walking around in Los Angeles, California. Which doesn't surprise me because, you know, the scriptures say that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And he covered the faces of the judges. And we know that that's talking about Esau, Edom. All right. So having gay robots and this type of technology is not really surprising. All right. Matter of fact, let's look this up. Gay robots. Hold on. And Most High got to take this place out, to say the least. Yep, first gay robot spotted in Los Angeles. And this is the norm, man. You know, people think that this is normal living and normal behavior, but in fact, this is detestable into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because he commanded us not to engage in these wicked acts. So, it says here, a robot nicknamed the Rizzbot, known for its Gen Z slang and compliments, has been spotted in Los Angeles, specifically West Hollywood. In Hollywood, of course, makes sense, right? Because that's where a lot of enchantments go down at in Hollywood. Like the scriptures goes into stand down with thy enchantments. So Hollywood, you got the church of, I think it's what is the Church of Babylon or some shit like that. Or not the Church of Satan, but the Church of Babylon. The Babylonian church or whatever they want to call it. You have all these elites and these executives and these major picture producers that's part of the Illuminary, man, all right? And they have agendas at hand to do away with the mindset of our people, including their people. But it says here, it has gained attention for its unique interactions with pedestrians and its tendency to cross traffic. It says the Rizzbot is part of a broader trend of robots, including delivery robots appearing in Southern California, Slovakia. And you know the funny part about it is that you never see these Christians talk about this. Okay, they will never condemn this type of behavior or these lewd acts. But the minute that we bring these things out, then, you know, we're the bigots. You know, we're the problem ultimately because we call these things out. And the scriptures warn us and told us to call these things out because, you know, these are evil works. Okay? And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, he's exposing everything as to why he's going to destroy this kingdom. But yet you got the likings of men like Vocab Malone that want to stalk Hebrew Israelites and say that we're a hate group and that, you know, we're bigots and this and this and that. But why ain't he condemning this stuff? You know, why isn't he condemning this lewd act, this act of lawlessness, man? Okay, because this is not a charitable act at all. In fact, this is one reason why the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, of many reasons. But it says, Serve Robotics Company, specializing in autonomous robots for food delivery, has deployed its robots in West Hollywood, Santa Monica areas known for high pedestrian traffic and challenging environments. Right. But let me look this up. Let me double check. Yeah. AI robots delivering food. Now, I don't know if these are the mole robots, but regardless of it, It says the Rizzbot has been seen in West Hollywood. Blase, blase. Rizzbot. Wow. Let's look at this. Let's look some stuff up. Let's look this up.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take reports, information you share, and really try to get to the heart of it. Today, we've got some source material that's, well, pretty unexpected. Genuinely sparked our curiosity. It's about a robot sighting. Okay, let's unpack this. So our focus, our mission today is digging into this specific report about a robot. Not your everyday robot story. The description alone, it just grabs you. It makes you ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, the headline detail, really, from the source. This sighting of something called the Rizzbot. Now, Rizzbot itself is interesting, right? Playing on Riz, like charisma. But then it gets even more specific. The source calls it a gay robot. Spotted in Los Angeles, California. That phrase, gay robot, it immediately brings up a lot, doesn't it? What does that even mean in this context?
What's fascinating here is exactly that, how these really vivid, specific words in just one report challenge how we usually think about tech. So our job today is just to pull out the key facts, the insights from this information we have, sticking only to what was reported about this unique robot sighting. No outside stuff. Okay, so let's get straight to what it was reportedly doing. The source says it was seen crossing traffic and confronting people in LA. Just picture that for a second. A robot...
So just imagine when Esau weaponized these things, because he does have... technology that he can weaponize, and they show you that in these movies all the time, that these robots, when they become too autonomous, and then they end up taking over and doing harmful things. But we know that these things are biasly programmed as well towards Jake, and it's not going to be a long lesson, but let's go here to the book of Genesis 19, and I'm gonna start at verses, well, this whole chapter, the doom of Sodom, right? And it goes into why the Most High destroys Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is the book of Genesis 19, and I'm gonna start at verses 12, and it reads, and it says, and the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place? So they was telling him, look, get everything, get your family and get the hell out of this place, because we're getting ready to destroy it. Okay, we're getting ready to obliterate it. And it says here, for we would destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and the Lord have sent us to destroy it, right? Because with their unlawful deeds, man. Okay, it tells us that in Jeremiah 50th chapter, that their sins have reached into heaven. So when you look at Babylon or America, and just the Western hegemonies in itself, you can clearly see that why the Most High is going to destroy it, because this is the same thing that goes on here. In fact, you got moles that are try to fight you because you oppose a lifestyle, but yet they can oppose your lifestyle, which is blatant hypocrisy. You see, when a shoe is on the other foot, they don't like it, but yet they can do unto you, but you can't do unto them. This is the reason why your weather system's all messed up. It's the reason why your food system is drying up. Like, there's getting ready to be a famine, man. Okay, the scriptures say peace and safety and sudden destruction, man. Suddenly, this place is going to fall, all right? One day, people are going to wake up, think that they're going to work, go get lunch, and engage in their normal dealings, and to the fact that the Most High is just going to fucking drop this place like a bad habit, man. All right in the midst of your freaking getting money out of the bank. So get your lattes and all that other stuff, which I ain't gonna lie, iced coffee or cappuccino do sound good right now. I haven't had it in ages, but in the midst of that, the Most High is gonna drop this system right on your head, and then all hell gonna be breaking loose, man. Because the first semblance of no food and you're not being able to get your funds out the bank, that's when people lose it. They say when you don't have anything to lose, people lose it. All right, and we're coming into them times. We're already there. And it says here, and Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, up, get you up out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seen one that mocked unto his son-in-law, like he was looking like, yeah, you tripping. And it says, and when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, and take thy wife and thy two daughters which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the man laid hold on his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters, and the Lord being merciful unto them, and they brought them forth and set them without the city. So they took them. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to get you up out of here, man. All right. He's like, look, you since y'all, they grabbed him like, look, just go. Because that's the mercy of the Heavenly Father. Because if it's the Lord's mercy to save you, who can be against you to destroy you? Okay, even if the Most High have to literally take you himself in the form of an angel, or have an angel come down and grab you and take you to a different location because your stubborn ass is being hard-headed, hey, the Lord will do that, man. Because it said earlier, it says, but he seen one that mocked unto his sons a lot. Like, yeah, he mocked, he scoffing. But it says, and while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, and the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. So the reason why the Most High delivered his family is because the mercy was resting upon Lot. Okay, he was the righteous one. Okay, they don't really give an account because we know his wife was wicked because she looked back. But that shows you, even in this day and age, that the Most High is delivering a household of the men of the Lord because of his mercy upon that man. Okay, not your kids, not your wives, not your, whoever dwells in your household. The Lord is delivering because of you, because he's had mercy and favor upon you. All right, like it tells us in Ephesians, as Yahweh Shai is the savior of the church or the body, so is the husband. So the husband is the savior of the body. But it reads, and it says, and it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad, and he said, escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all thy plain, and escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, oh, not so, my Lord. But behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. But behold, now this city is near unto flee unto, and is a little one. But oh, let me escape hither. It says, is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. And he said unto him, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. But haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. And the sun was risen upon the earth when the Lot entered into Zoar. And the Lord rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, which all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew up out of the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Okay, so the point was the Most High destroyed this city because of acts like this. All right, and you better believe that this place has greatly surpassed the tenants of Sodom and Gomorrah, 10 times more. So the Lord is justified on bringing the missiles now. But hey, we know prophecy must play out because everything is according to the Lord's time and his will. All right. Go here. Jude 1, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. All right. So this place is an example of what not to do. And Sodom and Gomorrah was an example of what not to do because, hey, he's going to overthrow it with an overthrow. All right. 2 Peter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. So the Lord warned us through the scriptures and showed us through various stories on what not to do. But these people is following the same setup that ancient Gomorrah did, and look what happened. And really it was 5 cities, man. All right, that the Lord overthrew. And matter of fact, let's do a chat GDP. Look, let's do this. Chat GTP. And let's see what it says here. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Because it was 5 neighboring cities. Now peep this. It says the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah. It says the exact nature of sin has been debated, but sexual immorality, particularly attempted, momorality, grape, Genesis 19:5, It's most frequently cited. Yeah, because when they said that, get out the way, or so we can know those men, meaning that they wanted to go into the angels. They wanted to pop the angels, you know? And it says here, the sins included pride, inhospitality, cruelty, sexual perversion. And it says the cities are believed to have been located near the Dead Sea in modern day Israel or Jordan. And it says some archaeologists point to sites like Babador or Numeria, which was destroyed by fire around 2350 BCE, shows signs of sudden catastrophe. And it makes sense that it was around a Dead Sea area because, you know, when you think about it, like sulfur and so forth like that, like they said that the content of the Dead Sea is the salt content is so strong to the point that you can't even, like, there's no aquatic life in there, you know, because the seas are so potent with salt. And a lot of people speculate, scholars or scientists speculate that that could have been part of what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah when the Lord destroyed it. You know, the salt mines and all that other stuff, you know, because when things dry up, they become crystallized and so forth. So, you know, it's speculated. But it says the term sodomy comes from Sodom and has been historically asserted with prohibited sexual acts. See here, the 5 cities. Sodom, Gomorrah, Dama, Zeboiim, and Zoar, which was originally called Bela. It says Adama and Zobium also destroyed with Sodom and Gomorrah. These cities are mentioned in Hosea 11 and 8 and Deuteronomy 29 and 23 as total ruin. So just like when America is destroyed, this place is going to be a desert as what to not to do. The Lord is going to make an example out of this place, man. That's what it says, that it should be an astonishing and a hissing plagues. It says all 5 cities are believed to have been located in a Jordan Valley near the Dead Sea, possibly along the southeastern or northeastern shore. Makes sense. But let's see what it says in Hosea 11 and 8. But reading here, it says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. Right. Okay, so when we see these things, it's vexing to the spirit because, you know, there's no justice being done immediately. But it says, for the Lord knowing how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Okay, so yeah, this place is being reserved for the thicket to be totally overthrown because, you know, it's been a long time coming. And we've been speaking on these things. We've been prophesying about it. And eventually it will come to pass. All right. So this is the book of Hosea 11 and 8. It says, how should I give thee up, Ephraim? And how should I deliver thee, Israel? It says, how should I make thee as Admah or Adama? And how should I set thee as Zorbim? And it says, and my heart is turned within me, and my repentings are kindled together. All right. But this goes into the cities that's been destroyed, you know, which was part of the 5 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, let's get one more precept and we'll end it. The point is being made. It's the book of Jeremiah 51. And let's start at verses. Let's start at verses 8. Matter of fact, 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her and take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. It says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaching into the heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So the pride of this place is just phenomenal. And the Most High has to bring it. He has to bring it down. All right. He's going to bring it down and he has to bring it down. So this would be an example of what happened to a society that lived wickedly and didn't choose to obey Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Because when it goes in here to the judgment of Assyria, matter of fact, Nope, Isaiah 13. Yep, when it goes into how America says Babylon will fall to the Medes. This is all prophetic right here. Verses 20. And it's, matter of fact, 19, it says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency should be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So this place is going to go down by fire. It should never be inhabited, neither should it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither should the Arabian pitch tent there, neither should the shepherds make their folds there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses should be full of doleful creatures, and owls should dance, and owls should dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island should cry in their desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. It says, and our time is near to come, and her days should not be prolonged. So that's the fate of this wicked ass fucking place, man. But with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify. Into the next lesson. Shalom.